Hey, Carl, thanks for doing this on your day off. Appreciate it. Can you speak to just how the defense played overall, your overall impressions?
I think we came back in the second half and played better. There were some things that we let up, and some things that we went back, but I think we played better in the second half.
Hey, Carl, the last two games you guys have played have been on the road against teams that have 10 wins and, are in pretty good playoff position. And they went down to basically one possession games. What do you guys in the room take out of that? I mean, I know I talked to you last night. You were ticked off about some of the missed opportunities, but do you extract positive stuff out of that as you move forward to try to figure out how to get over the top in these games?
Yeah, everything's a learning experience, and you just got to find those inches within the game or within your game, and then collectively bring them together so we can pull out those wins. But it's a game of inches and just a few little points. So you know, we wanted to go the other way, but when you do have opportunities like that, you have to find the positives on let because if you don't, you won't be able to accomplish what you want to accomplish the next time.
When when Robert talked to us after the game yesterday, he really felt like you guys were going to see Buffalo again, meaning you'd be in the playoffs. I know that he kind of conveyed that to you guys in the room, I guess. What did you guys take out of that? Do you think that was a message for him to try to remind you that you guys have what you guys have in that locker room?
I guess so. Yeah, but I think it was more so just like, hey, playoffs come. This that could be a possibility. So just always be ready.
Carl, what type of performance was Quinnen off to yesterday? Just like, I guess, about a quarter and a half, had the two sacks. How dominant was he? And secondly, if he were to not be available this week for Detroit, how would that impact the guys up front?
He was having a ridiculous performance. I looked at the second sack and I was just like, "Yo, is this like the first quarter?" Yeah, it was crazy. He was off to a ridiculous start, man. And he's just been climbing and climbing each week and getting better. And I've been trying to look around each day, like, hey, what do you got in your bag this week? I want some of what you've been on. So he continues to climb and continues to grow. And of course, he's been a major part of our defense this whole year, and just a part of the team. So it'll be a big blow if he can't go, but but that's what we got everybody else for, to step up in this place.
Carl, the refs picked up a flag on you yesterday, I think, for a late hit. Were you holding your breath on that? Were you arguing against it?
No, I wasn't holding my breath because I thought he was still up and he was still running. So I mean, I was confused on what the flag was in general, because stopped his feet and then he was in the pile and he was still up. So I was like, just going to finish it off because everybody sees how dynamic he is with his legs, and I think it was everybody thinks it was a good call to take the flag back.
You've played with some really good interior defensive linemen in your career. You had Gino in Cincinnati. At what level is Quinnen right now in terms of across the league, in your opinion?
He's in that realm. He's getting in that realm, because at first I didn't want to give it to him because I seen Gino for years, but over these last, like, it's just so consistent and consistently dominant. He's so smart. That's another thing about it, because it's not just like I'm just beating. He knows where things are at. He's setting things up like chess pieces. He's up there with those elite ones, like the Chris Joneses, the Genos, and the ADs. Those guys that are just that interior pass rush is just so invaluable. So he's definitely up there. Yeah, he's and I played with Gino. They were different styles, but just to be able to take over the game from a middle is such a unique skill set in the NFL. There's a lot of edge rushers, but when you can do it from the middle, you just become a crazy chess piece.
Carl, how hard is what C.J. Mosley tried to do yesterday? To time that perfectly when he went over the top, when you don't even know if they're going to snap the ball, they might not snap it. They're doing that fake thing to cause confusion. What's going through your mind as a defensive player in that spot?
In my mind, I was like, shoot, and he shot it. Took his shot. I mean, I was just like, it was one of those things. It wasn't mad. It wasn't sad. I was just like, hey, he was trying to win the game.
Carl Robert, we just talked to him a few minutes ago. He said basically this is like 4 playoff games coming up here against 4 good teams. And, as you guys move toward the home stretch, how do you think this team is going to react? Because it's still young in certain areas and with so many young players. How do you think you guys are going to respond to that type of end of season pressure?
I don't think there's anything that's going to really change, to be honest. Because, I mean, no one really gave us a chance to go into the season, and no one's going to give us a chance in the next couple of games. I really feel like. So I mean, I don't really think anything changes. And then in the fourth quarter, we always play better. We just got to find those little, like you guys asked about those really close games. We just got to find a way to get it done. So I don't really think there's anything that changes pressure wise. But I could be wrong. But I don't really sense anything pressured.
Carl, since you talked yesterday after the game, obviously Mike got back on the team playing after the hospital. I don't know if you saw him today around the facility or whatnot, but would you know he's hurt, or is he putting on a brave face for you guys?
I haven't seen Mike, but I would know that like it's a rib injury. So I know that's something seriously tough to play through. I heard just a misplaced rib is excruciatingly painful. So for him that's just a testament to how tough he is if he does have that type of injury and to go out there and to continue to play. So I haven't seen him and I don't really know. I can't answer that for you. But
even on that, you must have seen him on the plane, right?
No. I was really upset about the loss, and I just kind of closed my eyes and stuff. I didn't see him, so I'm sorry I couldn't help you on that.
No problem. Thanks, Carl.